I don't know how a LLG president is going to get 50% of a salary of a member of parliament. He is not a member of parliament. So why would he be entitled to 50% of our pay? He doesn't go to the electorate. He's an LLG president. And we are not receiving our full DSIP, and we are close to 5 months, 4 months now. And some districts have only received 2 million or 1 million or 3 million. Then what's the point of putting it in the law when you're not even following the law? Mr. Speaker, I'd like the opportunity to contribute to today's debate on these important amendments. First, I'd just like to add some remarks to my colleague, Governor of ECP, concerning Angram. He is correct that Angram is 17,000 square kilometers. However, its population is only 98,000. So while we talk about the size of an LLG in a district as it relates to provincial, local level government, we don't provide service to tree and mountain. Huh? We provide services to people. So one important factor that needs to be considered, not only the size of an electorate, but its population and where that population is residing. Some electorates are large, but everyone resides in one corner. So while Western Province, North Fly, before the amendments or new electorate was 44,000 square kilometers, but its population is only within the 60 to 70,000. In comparison, Goroka, total size of Goroka electorate is only 300 kilometers, not 1,000, 300, but its population is over 100,000. So I note the amendments raise the issue concerning local level governments, in principle, where they would apply within an electorate. Now that's important, and I commend the minister for bringing this amendment. However, I noted that the recent amendments to these new electorates, some of them left out an entire LLG. We have sections in our country that don't even exist in an LLG or district. We must be the only country in the world where we left out sections of our country under these new reforms. We have new electorates where they operate in different electorates. For example, the Motokotabu electorate, where it is spread over Mosby West, East, and South. And this government created a new electorate where they are in 3 different electorates. But when they did the boundary, they only put it in 1 electorate. What kind of amendments are these? If we're going to talk about amendments, then we need to start following the law. And I looked into that report, which I had for record opposed in NEC, that they didn't even follow the constitutional process to bring in these new amendments, which is a requirement to display the maps. And because no maps were displayed, they just made up boundaries and left out parts of our own country. So I asked the good minister, responsible provincial local level governments, before some of us bring our own court case, to have these amendments thrown out, to make corrections. Other amendments concerning city authorities, determination of service function responsibility. I commend the minister, but there are many roles and responsibilities under the existing DDA that need to be addressed. For instance, it provides that the minister will determine service delivery. I went to a leadership tribunal, and the question was, well, did the minister declare what service delivery? No. And when we checked with the department, there was no declaration done. So we're left guessing, well, what's the function? Another issue concerning LLGs and DDAs, it states that allowances for members of DDA shall be determined by SRC and shall be no more than the allowance set by Provincial Assembly. So when I inquired how much is Provincial Assembly, no one seems to know, because they are all different versions. And recently I understand there was a SRC determination to pay an acting chairman 50% of a member's pay. When you are LLG and you appointed acting chairman of a DDA, all DDA members, even members of parliament, we only get, for my district, only get 200 kina. I don't know how a LLG president is going to get 50% of a salary of a member of parliament. He is not a member of parliament. So why would he be entitled to 50% of our pay? He doesn't go to the electorate. He's an LLG president. Now, the duration correction concerning LLG elections, this is long overdue. So the current law states that LLG elections shall either be concurrent with the current national election, or no more than 3 months after the issue of writ, which means if the elections are returned in August, no later than January. Now we are making it midterm elections, which is good because the last two LLG elections we made history under these 50 years that we don't even follow the law. We have been breaking the law, and LLG presidents have been serving 7 to 8 years only in PNG. So this will make it legal, but the question is, will we even declare elections on the correct date that we are supposed to declare? Okay, moving on to other amendments proposed. While I acknowledge that the ministers brought in constitutional amendments guaranteeing the SIP, when we pass an appropriations bill, it is already a law, it is already guaranteed. That's not the problem. The problem is actually paying the money. Now, if we are getting cash flow problem now, and we are not receiving our full DSIP, and we are close to 5 months, 4 months now, and some districts have only received 2 million or 1 million or 3 million, then what's the point of putting it in the law when you're not even following the law? And then we'll talk, sorry, no got money. So now, when you don't pay and you say no money, then you breach the Constitution. So who do we hold accountable for not complying with the Constitution? So I wish to bring that to the attention of the minister. It's good to put it in the law. Law and paper, nothing, until someone enforced the paper. Then law, it got meaning. The issue concerning appointments of provincial administrators. Now, this is a controversial issue because sometimes you get a good provincial governor and sometimes you don't. So when you get a good provincial governor and NEC appoints a good PA, no problem. The problem is sometimes you get a good governor and not so good ministers supporting a good PA that would work with him. And then you have cases where you have a bad governor. Well, under these amendments, a bad governor will appoint his own PA. Therefore, he controls the entire province, and which will affect every district because the PA appoints your DA, and he controls under the law every public servant and control him. So that's my concerns regarding this. We have to factor. You want to change the law, you got good plan and no good. So if we have a problematic provincial government because a PEC, governor, want him LLG president, want him on the place. So therefore, governor has full control. Whatever he says, will pass it to us on the working decision. Now, if it's a good governor, he will appoint a good PA. We know that issue. My problem is when it's not a good governor and how it will affect all us, all district members, and DDA believe. On the issue concerning what reports, I think I'm long debate, so I'm that's all. Thank you, through, and I commend the bill.